Hello and welcome to another Arkeys video and to a new daily race A on Gran Turismo 7. And this is a copy-paste combo back from, I believe we had this in May. And back then I didn't get to do a Monday video, so you can say I got a second chance now. We've got 3 races in this video and they certainly contain a bit of everything, as you can probably already see on the background footage. And let's just get straight into the first one. As usual, this is the first available race of the week. Let's see what we can do. We are starting without a qualifying time for this first one. Let's get off the line. No false start check, it's just go. Maybe you don't even need traction control, but I just put it on 1 just for extra safety. And we are just trying to be cautious into turn 1. I am getting the car slowed right down, keeping a narrow line, and just make sure I don't hit anyone off. And as we come into the first S's up here, we've got a bit of contact ahead, and that is going to end up with the car pointing the opposite direction. And Chicken Angel got a nice big push ahead as well. He's waiting for the Polish driver in front of us. I'm getting a nudge on the inside from the French driver, who also shoves Chicken Angel off the track. And here I am about to mess up. I'm behind Chicken Angel and we've got the French driver on the inside. He gets squeezed a bit. He goes a bit sideways. I give him a small nudge, and during the race I thought I was clear of him, but I can see now that I also gave him a second nudge, and that ended his race completely. So I'm really sorry about that one. We are coming into Banky Boy. We can see the other French driver. He's really just barging his way through. We are on the outside of Chicken Angel. We've got the Polish driver serving a penalty. We managed to get past. Now we are behind pit walk. And as we're coming into the S's, you only have to lift for the S's. So I get caught out by surprise by the braking here. It is still my responsibility to be ready for that. Then I get a big nudge from behind, and that sends me straight into pit walk again. So once again, I'm sorry, but this time the second incident was I was just a passenger there. Anyway, we are behind the French driver, who has just pushed his way to 4th position. We've got Chicken Angel behind, and I have not really figured out with the exit of this corner. In time trial it seems like 3rd gear is faster, but maybe the heavier car in race conditions easily bogs down in 3rd gear if you don't get the line completely right. And I don't get the line completely right here, so now the car is slow in 4th gear and Chicken Angel just flies past me. So I just have to tuck in behind. I have to learn how this car behaves with full fuel load and all that stuff. And yeah, we are maybe a bit stuck behind the French driver. You can see he sort of cuts off Chicken Angel there. And here Chicken Angel briefly flashes the hazards. I was not sure what was going on, whether I was supposed to go past, but I make a mess of it. And meanwhile, Chicken Angel is getting punted from behind, so he just shoots past me. And I also get a bit of a nudge from the French driver with a lovely 3-second penalty there. And yeah, we're just trying to make our way around Banky Boy. I sort of just ended up in the back of the French driver, who has to wait an entire lap to serve that penalty. So we just have to wait and see what we can do behind him. We're coming into the S's. And no, we're not going side by side. I am just backing off, and let's just go single file through there. Now we are at turn 1 on lap 3. Chicken Angel makes a nice move on the inside just as the French driver decides to leave the track. So we are up to P5 and P6 now, and we are trying to catch the group of cars in front. We are jumping to the final lap, and Chicken Angel was pulling away from me, but here he is picking up a penalty through turn 1, and we are going to stay on board for the rest of this one. I just have to see if I can get close enough to maybe benefit from that penalty. We are making our way around these corners, really all about throttle control to make sure the car doesn't snap on you. And Chicken Angel only just makes it around the outside of the French driver here. And I'm curious what is going to happen as we come down the hill and into Banky Boy. We are keeping the car on the track. You really have to get the line right, and yeah, it looks like he was maybe going for an optimistic push to pass there. I don't know, or maybe that was just the line. Either way, that gives me the run on the French driver and also on Chicken Angel, who is serving the penalty. I was really curious whether we would survive the S's, but it seems like the French driver is backing out completely now. So now it's me in P4 and Chicken Angel in P5. We're coming into the final couple of corners in this one. Let's just keep the car on the track through the S's here, and it looks like, yeah, Chicken Angel got a notch from the French driver, but he waited, so all is good, and we are making our way around the final corner, and we are across the finish line in this first race in P4. And before we continue with the second race, here's a short announcement.
And now for something completely different.
Because today we're going to have a brief look at my qualifying lap before the second race. I am using these two lines crossing each other as a reference for turn 1. I was braking a bit earlier. This time I'm staying in 4th gear. It seems to work all right in time trial, and this is mostly lifting off. I'm braking at the end of the curb, trying to straight line it, and here it's all about not getting too abruptly off the throttle and all about throttle control around these corners. This is by far not perfect yet. This is just a rough run down, and I can only recommend that you check out Titsney's weekly race guide for a proper guide for this track. Here I'm just following the Ghost, and for Banky Boy, if you imagine the line between the grass and the sand, if that ended, you can see, imagine that continuing to the edge of the track. That's my brake marker. And yeah, making our way around Banky Boy in 3rd gear for the exit, and now we're just going up the hill, just have to lift off. I don't have a particular pointer for this one, I'm just trying to follow the Ghost, but you don't need to brake, just need to lift, and the car will rotate just fine, and just control the car through here with the throttle. As we come into the braking zone, I am using one of the last arrows on the right. I haven't figured out which one yet. I was clearly braking a bit too early, but they are there to use. You just have to figure out which one you can use as a brake marker for that final corner. And we are making our way around the 2 final tight corners, and I'm trying an exit in 3rd gear, and we got across the line in a 1:45.488, which unfortunately didn't count for the following race because this was just before this race started, and I just had to go with my next best lap for this race. We are starting in P4, and we have got drivers I think I can trust all around me, so I think we should be safe for turn 1. I am once again being cautious and maybe a bit slow. I just wanted to keep the car tied to the inside so I didn't hit anyone, and now we just have to make our way through these S's, and unfortunately I bump into the back of Couch Racer, so I have to back out there. So Daff makes it past, and I believe so does Chicken Angel. Some nice side-by-side driving there, and now we are coming into the downhill S's, and I am backing out because I don't want to go side-by-side here, then we would just both crash. So just trying to make my way through here. It's hard really to see where I'm going at the moment, using that brake marker I mentioned earlier, and a brief visit into 2nd gear to get the car rotated a bit off the track as well, but we make it around the outside of Chicken Angel. We get a good run here, and we are behind Couch Racer, ready to come through the uphill S's. Let's make sure we don't hit anyone this time, but this time we are not that close behind anyone, and nobody was braking before the S's. Here Couch Racer had to avoid Woody Boy, who was going slow. Maybe Woody had some contact with someone as well, I don't know. But unfortunately for Couch Racer, that was a bit costly for him. We've got Chicken Angel on our inside. We are making room, and we just have to tuck in behind. Now we are using second gear for the exit here, just to make sure the car doesn't bog down too much with all that fuel on board. And we are just staying on board, starting lap 2, coming into turn 1 for the second time. And there was a bit of side-by-side stuff going on there. And yeah, I think Woody Boy was trying to wait for Dav there because of the contact into turn 1. And I just had to wait for all the cars in front of me. So we lost the position to Couch Racer again. But he picked up a penalty, and yeah, this is hard to predict where this is going. I'm just trying to keep up. Looks like they are running away from me a bit, and here I think Chicken Angel had some cat interference going on, so he had to pause the race. And we've got another car in pause screen going really slow, and that one caught me by surprise. So I went straight into the back of it. It all got a bit clumsy here, and I'm just going full Colin McRae mode into Banky Boy. Now I am side by side with Chicken Angel, and that is not going to work. So I am trying to back out, but as I do that, we've got the Austrian driver coming through, and it all gets a bit awkward coming through the S's, but we survived it, and we are going to jump ahead a tiny bit in the race. The Austrian driver also picked up a penalty. And shortly after, he decided to yield to the side. I don't really know why, but I will take the position. He didn't have to do it for my sake, but anyway, we just carry on, and I just have a big brain fade here, just going off the track. Not really any excuse for that one. And here I was expecting ascent, so I didn't turn in, and we just managed to avoid Spec Tuba there, who also has a penalty to serve, and so did Dav. Looks like a rather big one. So we are back up into P4, and Chicken Angel got a penalty, but I could not catch up, so we end this one in P4 as well. And now for the third and final race in this video. Now my qualifying time counted for this race. I'm starting in P2 on the inside of Woody Boy. I get a good start, and we are briefly alongside, but we have to make room for each other, and I just want to make sure. So Woody Boy manages to sneak ahead. We've got Couch Racer right behind me, and Chicken Angel right behind again, and there was really not any drama on this first lap. So we're jumping to the start of second lap, and I was a bit cautious coming into turn 1, and also got a bad exit from there. So now Couch Racer has a chance. We are leaving room, but it looks like he got sort of an awkward line, also going off track here. And I was all focused on Couch Racer. I didn't see Chicken Angel coming from behind, so I think I accidentally cut him off a bit. I'm not really sure, but anyway, just to sort of make up for it, as we come into Banky Boy, I just leave the door wide open, not turning in, leaving plenty of space so Chicken Angel can get back past. Couch Racer has a bit of a moment in the sand, and now we just have to cooperate a bit. We've got Dav coming, so I just give Chicken Angel a small nudge, and we are jumping ahead in this one. I think we are on lap 3 now, and Chicken Angel is turning in a bit too early and has to re-correct it, and the car really doesn't like that. So now the line goes all wobbly. Chicken Angel ends up on the grass. I'm curious whether he can get the car stopped, so let's see what happens. I just managed to sneak underneath, but Dav will get us both, and it's time to speed things up a lot. So after those few hectic moments of drag racing, we have got Chicken Angel making a move on the inside, and I managed to sneak my nose back on the inside. Here we are going side by side I know we can always trust each other. I'm making room on the inside, and we both make our way through. I managed to sneak ahead, and we are also jumping ahead in the race. Now we are on the final lap, and this time I pick up a penalty and a bit of the grass as well. So now I've got that half-second penalty. We're coming into the banked corner for the last time. We've got the Austrian driver going for a bit of a dive behind, and I am under pressure now. I have to serve this penalty, and now I've got several cars coming for me. I'm just trying to get back up to speed. We've got the Couch Racer who manages to get past, and I managed to sneak into the line behind him, and we are coming into the final corner. I'm making a wide entry, and Chicken Angel is going for it. Couch Racer goes deep, Chicken Angel goes deep as well. I managed to sneak past, back up into P3. We're coming into the final corners now. Fuzzy Daddy has joined the party. He's right behind me. We just have to make our way around the final corner, and we are going across the finish line in P3. Can we squeeze in a handbrake turn? Yes, we could. This final race was really good fun. A lot of switching positions, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye bye.
Well, are we stopped?
We're stopped, sir.
Good. Well, why don't we take a 5-minute break? Smoke if you got 'em.